Like every night, he will force himself on me. Even I said, no, it's pain. No, I can't take it. He didn't care. He just didn't care. He did what he wanted.
It's like hell. I mean, I do not want to do it with him.
The men these women are talking about are no strangers. They are their husbands. But precisely because they were married to their abusers, both Lily and Amelia's husbands got away scot-free. The marital exemption in Singapore's penal code does not consider non-consensual sex within a marriage to be rape. Unless she's under the age of 13, no husband in Singapore can be charged with raping his wife. But can rape exist within a marriage? For Lily, the ordeal began after they had their first child. For 12 years, she endured non-consensual sex on a regular basis. To this day, Lily cannot fully understand why her ex-husband started forcing himself on her. She thinks it was because he was frustrated with his business and because of his sexual inadequacies.
It was always at night. It was always in the bedroom. I screamed. He just couldn't be bothered. He grew very angry. So later on throughout my life, I don't scream. I try to breathe in, just to hope that the pain will not be so great.
But you said he couldn't keep up that erection.
He's get upset with himself, and he blamed on me.
You know, the fact that your husband was raping you, how did it change you as a person?
I lose confidence in myself. I become very frightened, like while driving the car. I feel as if I get into a crash, but it doesn't happen. The idea of I'm not good enough really sinking in my head.
Did you ever tell anyone? Did you confide in anyone at all?
I just don't want people to know, probably. I just want to keep it to myself. To me, it's shameful. It's shameful what happened to me.
Sociologists have found marital rape to be even more traumatic than rape by a stranger. Wives not only suffer the same physical injury, psychological trauma and guilt, they also feel betrayed, trapped and isolated. Many women like Lily also stay silent for years because they can't afford to separate or divorce their husbands.
I just don't want him to leave me because I was thinking for the children. How is it to grow up? Children got to grow up without a father. I'm only a housewife. I don't earn income. I'm afraid that how I could manage my life. How I could manage my life. I've got these 3 children. Above all, I'm afraid he will take my 3 children. He has threatened me many times.
The last straw came when Lily's ex-husband started having affairs. She discovered that her husband had made another woman pregnant and passed a sexually transmitted disease to her. Lily finally filed for a divorce. But it was only years later, after watching a talk show on marital rape, that Lily realized that what her ex-husband had been doing to her was wrong.
I thought rape means raping outside, stranger, rape another person. I never thought that there's such thing as rape in marriage.
Do you think the way you were brought up, your mindset about marriage, kept you from realizing that you were actually a victim of marital rape?
This got to do with custom and tradition. I was bringing up in a big family. And parents always teach us to respect the elder, not to be rude. And throughout my marriage, in fact, when he first forced, to me, it's like my obligation. It was not something I want to question him. So it was never talked about. It seems like, oh, it's my responsibility.
Activists argue that the statute that allows for marital immunity is based on an archaic law that upholds conjugal rights. Some women, like Lily, often think that a marriage certificate automatically means that a wife is obligated to have sex with a husband, even if she doesn't want to. During the filming of this episode, Get Real struggled to find women who had been raped by their husbands. After speaking to social workers and the relevant authorities, we found that marital rapes are severely underreported, not because they are not happening, but because victims are not coming forward. A social worker told me that not many women realize that they have a choice to say no. In 1993, the UN High Commission for Human Rights established marital rape as a human rights violation, but this is still not fully recognized by all UN member states, including Singapore. There have been some changes made, though. A husband can be charged with raping his wife only if she has a protection order against him, if the couple is living separately, or if they're waiting for a divorce. So even if Lily knew that she was being raped, the law could not have helped her.
If he has committed other criminal offences such as tying her up, beating her, or threatening her with life, or then he can be charged with those other offences, causing hurt, wrongful confinement, criminal intimidation. But the sentences for these offences will be very low, because these are minor offences. Whereas for rape, it's a serious offence, and the maximum penalty is 20 years. So he can be punished for all the other things, but not for the main behaviour.
If a man is found guilty of raping a stranger or even his girlfriend, he could get up to 20 years in prison. But for raping his wife, he faces no penalty. After the break, Get Real meets some young, passionate individuals who are campaigning to get marital rape criminalized in Singapore. And we meet another woman who was a victim of marital rape. She sought help, but received none.